So the last speaker is myself. Yeah, I put something about my teaching, and then put something else about higher education administrator perspective. I thought like this is very important because like from the North American presentation, if the administrators don't have an idea about what is it, then the university less likely will be ready for that AI era, basically. So in that sense, I think that is very important. So we can just talk about and brainstorm about what can higher education administrators do to get ready for this. Again, unfortunately, the poll everywhere activity didn't communicate well, so we will not be able to do the activity. But normally what's supposed to be is everybody's going to put some words, and then it's going to populate what the word or the phrase represents the AI's influence on higher education administration. So maybe just out loudly you can tell one or two words what it might be. Chaos might be one thing. And exciting future, yep, that's right. Looking from positive perspective.
End of professorship.
End of professorship. So they don't need anymore the faculty members. Yep. No grading. So happy. No grading. Esraja, I don't know if you want to share anything.
Yeah, maybe the better productivity increasing.
Yep, productivity. That's a good one. Increasing. But always they say, like in the productivity world, if you become productive, that doesn't mean you will work less. So you will just work more other things. Maybe it's just. But I think humanity has big problems, and all these tools are kind of helping us in a short period of time try to solve more problems, and by using all of those tools. In that sense, yeah, productivity would be very good, because there are still a lot of health problems, doesn't have any cure or the medicine, and there are also a lot of social issues that require a lot of solution. So that's right, the productivity is very important. And so the AI's growth is, I think the COVID first make a huge impact on the higher education, or in general, the education system. So it really shaped all of us from K through 12 to the higher education. None of us was ready for that. So I remember before the spring break, the Center for Teaching and Learning, they organized session for the faculty members. They said, we might have 1 week online after the spring break. So just have 1 or 2 idea how you're gonna do that week. And then during the spring break, they said the rest of the semester is gonna be online. And so it shaped us all, and a lot of faculty member, even online classes were very limited. And most of the faculty member even was not using learning management system. So they rely on being in the classroom to be able to conduct their courses. And that means those faculty members frustrated very much because they were not ready. And so on top of that, so recently we learned a little bit with that experience, and now the AI changed everything. So as in the previous talk mentioned, if we don't revise our student learning outcomes in a good adapt to the AI era, so students is going to just produce everything through AI and then give it to us, and everything will look like perfect. but when they go out world, so they will not be ready for if they are going to work in the industry. So the people said, like, these guys cannot do the work that I want them to work on, so they will not be ready. So we need to brainstorm about that. And by 2025, 12 million new jobs. I checked. Yeah, there are resources. Yeah, it is not produced. It's not fake. I checked that.
So like, what kind of job, in which sectors, like all across all sectors?
Yeah, this is all across, not just, not necessarily higher education, or it's all, everything throughout the world. But maybe some of them have those, and it's changing so fast. So even software developers, some of the software developers, they lost their job. They need to learn and do something else, and then maybe they need to retrain themselves to get ready for some of these new jobs. And that is a big change. So that will, but the universities should be ready for that change as well, to be able to produce those people. Otherwise, those short 6 months of certification trainings, people were getting jobs, but some of them they start losing those jobs. And so it's a kind of the analogy between online banking and the finance. So you can do all the finance related things through the bank with just using your phone, and AI might have a similar effect on the higher education. But all students are not coming on to the higher education just to learn the field. They come for experience, they come for social things, they learn a lot of other things as well. But we need to adapt ourselves so we can get ready, and then on top of those social things, we can also get them ready for the job. So in the previous talks, we already had the timeline of the AI, but in terms of the education, it started not too long ago, 1950s. I thought about when I was listening the other talk in the other section in the earlier afternoon session. I think if we plot that growth, a very steep exponential function in the last 2 years compared to the last maybe 70, 80 years. It's changing so fast, and it is not that much easy to keep up with it and adapt with that, but we should work on. So those are some of the areas that the AI can have impact on the higher education administrators. So one of them is the admission and enrollment. I think one of the comment that in the morning, some institutions are already using this information, students' data and the information, to able to detect the right student for that institution. But I don't think, I don't have a data about that, but very few institutions are implementing and using it. That should be one thing we need to work on. And maybe the huge one is the student support services. A lot of universities have issue with student retention. They don't know why they are leaving. They don't know what they can do to keep those students at the university. And that is a big thing. And EAB Navigate, EAB is the firm now. They're going everywhere, all these higher education institutions, to sell their products, telling them they're having a good solution for the student support and student retention. Resource allocation is another one. So universities have resources. They would like to see which way would be better to get more return afterwards. So they don't have an infinite amount of resource. They need to work on that. So resource allocation might be another way that can be used. So having or using AI to identify some variables and the parameters that's going to have a better return on investment. The financial management. So after the COVID, a lot of universities having this financial issues and the problems. and they maybe some of them shutting down their doors or firing the staff and the faculty. And another one is the faculty and staff management. So in terms of evaluating them and also giving support to them, that can be another field that the universities and higher education administrators can use the AI for them. And maybe the instruction might be the, I don't know, the big slice of the big pie here. I just put it as a single item, but everything at the university is to support the instruction to have a good education for the students. As faculty members also need to first use it, learn it, how to use that tool, and then also guide and set an example to the students, how can they implement and use them as a person. And the institutional research, so maybe this is supporting all the other factors here, the institutional research. They have all the data to be able to make all those good decisions for every single part of it. The institutional research department should have a good AI tool or to be able to analyze and understand and have a good decision making based on that data. Okay, so I think I want to stop here. There are more things to go, but I don't want the next talk to miss. It's almost 5. I don't know if you have any things to add and other things that comes to your mind that might be considered. And not a lot of universities start writing a policy about the AI yet. Our university, they started the fellowship. Now we are start meeting with those committees, planning to develop the fellowship next year. So North American universities, so they already developed some form of policy. That's very good. So they are one step ahead of our university. So that's, I don't know, your universities, do you all have any form of policies generated by the institution?
We have.
You have?
Incarnate, I think it's probably just starting or so.
Just starting.
Not a widespread effort I'm available. So.
And even there should be some form of, not just for engineering students, AI related courses in a way that students learn how to implement, like using Word, Excel, PowerPoint. That was a course one time. So this should be some form of course for general audience, as a maybe general education course the universities can teach. On top of it, the specific programs, they have those tools. They are questioning, right?
People thinking about AI will less jobs, and so I don't see.
And we should maybe we should also think about brainstorming about the role of higher education now. So what we are providing them. It's not anymore giving knowledge. It's everywhere. So we should brainstorm revising the learning outcomes of the courses, the programs, and the colleges and the universities. So what are those? Those should be redefined actually.
So the CEO at NVIDIA said, like, stop teaching your children coding.
Yeah, just like I know programming, but I haven't used it in Python. I was doing something pivot table using the Excel. I couldn't generate something. I said, like, maybe we can get help from the ChatGPT. I just explain what I want to do, gave the code, and I gave the data, and it just gave me what I wanted to. So that is I think the Google and some other companies, they are using those generative AIs to write their code, and then have also their supervision to check whether it's working or not. But that's right. But as a human, I think we need to think about the generative AI does not think critically or logically. It doesn't know write what code. somebody should tell that, so write a code to do this. Still, that is human, but you're right, so we should repurpose those courses. Any last comments?
12 million jobs, are they napkin or how many jobs will be lost?
What?
The 12 million jobs you said will be created, but how many will be lost?
I don't know. I don't know the answer for that. But I think that will be a big loss. In the IT industry, people are already getting fired. But I don't know how many. So what is the trade-off? I'm not sure about that. Okay. Thank you all for participating in our second afternoon session.